Hey, welcome to another episode of Guitar Love. This is a video series where I pull out an instrument that I've made over the last few years, check how it's holding up, dust it off, see how it looks, plays, and sounds, and wow. This time around it is the double neck mini Les Paul replica electric guitar. Wow. If you follow me on my Facebook page, you may recall that I made this guitar 3 years ago. Wow, and it's holding up absolutely amazingly. Wow, looking back at this guitar, this was definitely my first double neck that I ever built, and I built it out of plywood, believe it or not. You can see the plywood. And this is prior to me buying any really kind of guitar making tools, so I can definitely see, and I'll show you after I do a playing demonstration. It's very rough around the edges, so to speak, and literally it was definitely a learning process. Definitely cool. It's when I was working on inlay for the frets, for the fretboard inlay, and definitely really cool inlays with my name, of course. And of course, this is not a real Gibson by no means. I was working on inlays, and the Gibson logo is actually material, and I embedded it in the wood itself, and then I did a clear coat over it. Very cool. But as far as the body's concerned, this is when I was first cutting, first attempt at a double neck. This is my first double neck. It does sound and play really awesome. Show you some of the features. Got a volume and a tone, three-way selector switch, bottom being the bottom neck, and it's got an EMG 81 and active pickup in the bottom neck, and the top neck is a passive but really hot pickup in the bridge position on the top neck. Very cool indeed. Let me give you just a quick demonstration on how this guitar sounds, and this is prior to me doing the strap buttons, prior to the painting and the finish of the guitar. So it does have just a wee bit of neck dive, but that's okay. It was definitely a learning lesson, a work in progress. But here, check us out. Sounds awesome. That's the bottom neck. Check out the top neck. Very cool. And both necks are complete shred necks. Reach all the higher frets with ease. And I got the top neck tuned to E flat and the bottom neck tuned to E standard. So very cool indeed. And I figure I'd play the song I want to play to show you how great this guitar sounds and plays. Could do one of my all-time favorite artists, Mr. Bryan Adams' Summer of '69. And after I'm finished showing you how great this guitar sounds and plays, I'll show you some really up-close views of this very interesting, and it is kind of heavy, it's kind of bulky. It's before I was using the really quality woods, like I said, made out of plywood. You can definitely see all the plywood layers, but in general, I mean, it's a really cool guitar, a really cool instrument. But let me show you how great it plays, and what do you think of this? Very cool indeed. Just wanted to show you how great this guitar sounds and plays. Wow, that is one bulky guitar. Oh, I tell you what, it is heavy. I bet this guitar probably weighs about 12 pounds, but it's very cool indeed. Let me show you how it looks. I still think the finish turned out pretty good. Definitely the inlays. I really kind of mastered that. I kind of got away from doing the inlays and the material. It's a lot of scroll saw work, but still pretty cool indeed. But yeah, let me show you the edges are definitely rough. Let me show you the back. But I think in general, I mean the stain and the wood grain color was pretty nice. And I stained the back of the necks, which I thought was kind of a mistake at the time, because I don't know why I was thinking to stain the necks. I should have left them just natural. I think it would have looked a lot better. But you know, you live and you learn. It's got the binding. Oh, and I was into branding too. I did a little bit of branding. It's actually on the back here for the serial numbers. If I can get close enough, it's actually my date of birth. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So I put my my stamp on it, made in the USA, and then my date of birth. So, and I haven't done the branding. I need to get back into doing that too. Because I was first learning woodworking, so I was doing all these really cool things, with the exception of I didn't have the orbital sander, so I wasn't able to get and I didn't even put a nice beveled edge on any of the edges. And I have thought about redoing this guitar because it still plays really great, and you know, I really like the way the inlays and the fretboard turned out. If you can see that, the work that I did on there. But and that's binding too. This is the first time that I actually did real binding on things, so that was definitely an interesting process. But the just learning lesson, just what to do and everything like that. But wow, very cool. All right, thanks again for watching another episode of Guitar Love. The plywood double neck mini Les Paul electric guitar. Very cool. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please leave a like, please subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. If you want to see more content like these, I've got so many more guitars to show. Very cool. And we will see you on the next episode. Try to give you all the angles. Yeah. And I do believe that I do have bone nut on both of these necks. The little piece right here is called the nut, and it's bone. And it's dialed in absolutely perfectly. And like I said, I did consider refinishing and redoing this neck now, because my skills have dramatically improved since when I made this guitar. But I like to be able to look back and see where my skills were at a certain point, and you know, to see how far you've grown as far as your guitar making skills. As you can see how rough the edges are, and I can point out so many things that I do so much better now. But in general, I mean, it's a double neck Les Paul, mini Les Paul, so you really don't see that too often. Alright, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode. Rock on, my friends.